if the average of two numbers is 12.5 and their product is 156, what are those two numbers? 1012 or 1213 or 1112 or 1214? Now let us look at the solution. Since we don't know the two numbers, we can say let the numbers be, for example, x and y. Now we are told that they are average. They are average. Why do we get their average? Average of two things means we add the two things and divide by 2. The average is 12.5. If we multiply all through by 2, we're going to have x plus y is equal to 25. We can call that equation 1. Next information, their product. Their product, that means when we multiply them out, okay, the two numbers x, when we multiply them out, we are told their product is 156. We can call that equation 2. So this word problem finally gives us these simultaneous equations to solve. And we can use any of the methods of solving simultaneous equations. So if I use the substitution method, then I want to start with equation 1. From equation 1, x will be, I take this y that way, x will be 25 minus y. I call that star. X is 25 minus y. I call that star. All right. Since I have used equation 1, I cannot substitute this expression again in equation 1. That's what the substitution method stipulates. I have to substitute this in the other equation. So putting in equation 2, wherever I find x, I'm going to write that expression. This is equation 2. So I'm writing 25 minus y into y, all right, is equal to 156. Okay. So let's open out this bracket. Y multiplied to 25 is 25y. Y multiplied to negative y is negative y squared, equals to 156. Now, if we look at it carefully, here we have obtained a quadratic because the highest power of the variable is 2. We have just y as the variable and the highest power is 2. So it has to be a quadratic. It therefore suggests that y must have two values. All right. So let's write in the standard form, the standard quadratic form. It will be better if we put 0 on the left. All right. So let's just go ahead and put 0 on the left. That means we're going to carry everything that's on the left to the right hand side. Let's start with the highest power. Negative y squared. Crossing over become positive y squared. Positive 25y. Crossing over will become negative 25y. And 156 was already on the right hand side, so we just leave it there, positive 156. So this is a quadratic. All right, y squared minus 25y plus 156 equals 0. So how do we solve this quadratic? So we're expected to have two values for y. Okay, we can either use the factorization method, the quadratic formula. All right, so if we use, for example, the factorization method, all right, the factorization method, we'll look for two factors of 156 whose sum is negative 25. Those two factors are clear. They are negative 12 and negative 13. So we're going to replace negative 25 with negative 12 and negative 13. So we have 0 is equal to y squared. In the place of negative 25, we'll put negative 12, negative 13. All of that was multiplied to y. Remember, there's a plus here. All of that was multiplied to y, and then plus 156. Let's open out this bracket. We have 0. Is equal to y squared. Y multiplied to negative 12, negative 12y. Negative 13 multiplied to y, negative 13y plus 156. Now let's factorize the first pair and factorize the second pair. If we look at this first pair of terms, y is common. So if we bring out y, then we're going to have y minus 12. If we look at the second pair, 13 is common. So if we bring out negative 13, then we're going to have y, and here we're going to have negative 12. All right, because negative 13 multiplied to negative 12 gives us positive 156. So from this situation, we see y minus 12 again is common. So factorize out y minus 12. If y minus 12 is factorized out from here, we're left with y. And if y minus 12 is factorized out from there, we're left with negative 13. So finally, we'll have y minus 13. Okay. Now, let's copy this again up here. We have to look for the two values of y. So we have 0 equals y minus 12, y minus 13. Now, we have the product of two expressions giving us 0. All right, if this product is 0, then either this is 0 or that one is 0. So we say either y minus 12 is 0. If that is true, then y has the value 12. If y has the value 12, what is the value of x? Remember the expression star that we had earlier on. Okay, the expression star that we had earlier on, x is equal to 25 minus y. Okay, x is equal to 25 minus y. So this means that our x will be 25 minus y, which is 13. We take the other option for y, or y minus 13 equals 0. Y minus 13 equals 0. If that is true, then it means y is equal to 13. If y is equal to 13, we know again that x is 25 minus y. That means your x will be 12. Now, if we look at the pairings, we now see that the same results repeat. Okay, so the two values will be 12 and 13. And so the answer B here is correct.